Dear colleagues and friends, it's my great pleasure to give you some insights about research and development in flying robots, with a special focus on the pioneering work which was done in roughly the last 20 years in Switzerland. Flying was probably a dream of mankind since ever, but it took a long time until Leonardo da Vinci came up with the design of a system which has the potential to fly. But it took another 400 years until the Wright brothers, in December 1903, did the first flight with a man on board. Today, we definitely arrived in the drone age. Drones enable us to take perspectives of birds, even while staying on the ground. And Switzerland had the pleasure and honor to be one of the leading countries to do this pioneering development and research of the last 20 years. It was in the beginning of the current century where two labs at the Swiss Institute of Technology in Lausanne, IPFL, started to get involved into flying platform. It was the lab of Dario Floriano which started to build very lightweight flying fixed-wing platforms and combined this with sensing devices which allowed them to do free flights and include collision avoidance. In my former lab at IPFL, we started to work on quadratures, even if the idea was not new, but it was obviously the first time we were able to really stabilize a flying platform by putting the controller together with an IMU and the four propellers actuating it. In our lab, we continued then with pushing the limits of long flights. So we had the vision to fly forever with a solar airplane, a fixed-wing airplane, which charges the batteries from the sun during the day and can then use the batteries to fly over the night. In 2008, we were able to show that this is in principle feasible for small flying drones. We continued and tried to push actually the limitations of long flights, as you can see here, with a balloon which is lighted in air, combined with propellers which allowed to have them very agilely controlled. The advantage of this type of systems is that you can fly over people's head and have very little risk for the people around the flying system. The turn of flying systems continued with Raf de Andrea and his group to work on very highly dynamic and acrobatic flights. As you can see in this video, with Quadrature they demonstrated that you can actually play ping pong or